Well, hey everybody. How we doing? We're doing a much requested video. Okay? So, couple things. Hi. Welcome. I'm Stacy. I am not a color street stylist. I am just an addict. This is a previously recorded Stacy. So, the spring ruckus is coming up or probably happening right now if you're watching this. So that means I'm super swamped. So I did some videos in advance so that you guys didn't miss out on videos, even though I was super busy. So, welcome. Hi. If you find yourself coming back to this channel more than once and can handle all the nonsense that I bring, please subscribe. Throw a like my direction. I would love to have you here, part of the Sassy crew. I do have a link below for our group on Facebook, which is just an extension of the channel, so that we can talk, really, so we can interact a lot more. It's easier than just trying to interact on YouTube, which YouTube, it's easy for me to interact. I can say whatever, but it's a lot harder for you guys to have a conversation and ask questions. So, there's that. So here's what we're doing, you guys. The top 10 must-haves, in my opinion. The top 10 must-haves for some successful Color Street application. So we just did these, even though you guys are going to see this video like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Oh, probably even almost a month before. You're going to see me doing these nails about a month before you're seeing this video on my top 10 must-haves. So here we go. First thing, garbage pants. They, of course, do not have to be pants by any means, but these little silicone weeding garbage cans are fantastic. Something in the silicone attracts those little plastic pieces that you peel off, and they static right to it, because those little plastic pieces static to everything. Now, can you get by without this? Of course you can, but they're adorable for one. But what I used to do was, before I had my garbage pants, is I would take a napkin, open it all the way, and then I had a white background, but I could make my little pile of garbage here. The only thing is that I would wind up with those plastic pieces static to the side of my hand. I hated it, so here we go. Garbage pants. That's number 1. Now, number 2 is coming at you in a 3-piece thing here. So, here we go. These tweezers, super fine point tweezers, with the little rubber cuticle pusher smusher on the end, must have. But you don't have to have these. You can do regular old sharp point tweezers and a regular old smusher stick. Either way works. But for me, you have to have a smusher. You have to be able to really get your air out and get things pushed down so it can cure up at its fullest, finest. It also is really great for gently, manipulating the edges. Like if your edge is over just a hair too far, you can really squish it down and give it a good, probably 1/8 of an inch. You can manipulate that over. So you do really need this. The tweezers are just fantastic for me, for everything, especially if I'm doing little details, dots and such. They're a must have. Okay, cuticle nips. Now, these are my old ones, and let me tell you why they're my old ones. Like, I can't even first of all, I had to dig to find them. But holding them, I'm like, how did I use these? Because these, the straight handled kind, they hold so much nicer, you guys. And they have the little spring in there versus these little metal springs. The cutter head itself, I don't think is really any different, but it's the hold. The hold on these is amazing. And these things are sharp. Oh my God, like you don't even know sharp. And they come in different colors. You don't have to have orange, okay? So these are the old ones. Would they work? Of course they would work. But if you're buying a pair of cuticle nips, go for these. I want to say they're like $5. They're super cheap on Amazon. So go for these straight handled ones versus these curved ones. Oh, come on out here, buddy. Orange stick. I don't use my orange stick probably the same way other people do, in that they try to clean up the sides of their nails with it. For me, it always gives too much of a almost perforated, wrinkly edge. When I'm cleaning up my edges, I use my cuticle nips because I would like them to be as sharp and crisp as they can be. But what I do use this for is when I'm doing my top coat or base coat, if I get it on the sides of my hands, which is 100% never fail going to happen, then I can use this to push nice and hard, run it through, and it'll scoop off any of the base coat, and then just wipe it on a little napkin or whatever. Okay, where are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, number 5. And there's still some champagne sugar stuck to them. A super sharp pair of scissors. Now these scissors, you guys, are like dangerous. These are Fiskars, and they're non-stick for one. They're a craft scissor. That's how I originally had gotten them. They have a safety for a good reason. They actually have a tip protector. I just never use it. Mine are always in my cup that I keep my nail stuff in, so they're tip side down. But these are like crazy sharp, and you always need a good sharp pair of scissors when you're doing your nails. When I'm putting on a full nail or an overlay, I trim across the bottom to give myself a good fit for my very square base. And if that's something you'd have, you'd want it. If you want to make slanted tips, you want scissors. You need a good sharp pair of scissors. And these are scissors that if anyone in the household takes, they're going to get their hands smacked, okay? Don't let them mess with them. Again, Amazon. Okay, now number 6. Yeah, I believe. Some kind of good base coat. These are what I like. I like Nail Aid products. Nail Aid Keratin 3-Day Growth. Nail Aid Biotin Ultimate Strength. I don't see any of my other ones. I think I used it. But I had a purple one also that has does 9 different things or something. And there's a difference between a base coat and a top coat. A base coat has something in it. It should be doing something to benefit your nails. You guys, it's protection for your nails, and it should be doing something to benefit. Something to benefit your nails, whatever it is. Whatever you pick. OPI. I can't think what theirs is called. All-in OPI. Crap face. Anyway, those of you that use it will know what I'm talking about. And that's supposed to help too, but it's about $20 a bottle. These are at Walmart, sometimes at Target, but Target's nail section is not fantastic. Walmart's nail section is really good for this kind of stuff. They have 4 or 5 different kinds of these nail aids, less than $4 a bottle. So check them out. You need a good base coat. Don't care what you pick, but you need a good base coat that's doing something to benefit your nails. Now, on that line, you also need a good top coat. What's the difference? What's the difference, Stacy? Your base coat, your top coat. Okay, so let's talk. Top coats, I like a plumper, and I also like a fast dry. So, quick dry glass shine top coat. This is Nail Aid. Again, around $4, Walmart, wherever. OPI plumper around $16, gives a lovely glassy shine and a real rounded look to it. Think like how a gel manicure looks. It gives that kind of finish. Expensive though, around 16 bucks a bottle, and can be hard to find. Now, along those lines, Salon Perfect Plumping Gel Effect Top Coat. This Salon Perfect is carried at Walmart. This is $4 a bottle. To me, is a fantastic budget option to the OPI plumper. Now, the one thing I will say is this is a stronger smell, so know that. Know that going into it. And then, what does your top coat do? Your top coat seals everything in. Your top coat is there to protect your actual manicure. Your top coat is not going to do anything beneficial for your nails other than protect the manicure that you put down, okay? So you need a top coat. Or you need, if you're using just Color Street, then you can just use a overlay of some sort, whether it's a glitter overlay or whatever. And then if you want decoration, and in the all in all, well, first let me say, these are two of my favorites. Northern Lights is my go-to. It has, I should have shook this. Let me shake it. It has a hollow glitter, a really fine hollow glitter. It puts on the lovely sparsest effect, okay? This China Glaze, you guys, I've never shaken this in my life. It comes looking like this, has amazing suspension. It's called Fairy Dust, again, Amazon. It is a stunner, but this glitter is like no joke. It is a super, super heavy, thick coverage glitter, okay? Where Northern Lights is a little more sparse. It's not going to really totally change that whole look of your mani. Hang on, I'm still shaking. So, research I have done says this glittery top. Here we go. And there's my Northern Lights. Isn't it beautiful? And these big bottles of Northern Lights, hologram top coat silver. And there's also gold, but the gold isn't as hollow. It is still lovely, but it doesn't give that same kind of spark that this does. The big bottles I ordered directly off their website, and this is made by INM. They have way more hollow in them, last ages, a super nice long brush. They're just a great, and it's way cheaper. It's just a great way to go, is to get these big bottles of them. So when you put these on, it's basically like you're adding another layer of color, except it's glitter. So these are decoration. They're not a true top coat in that they are sealing everything in and protecting the actual manicure. So I do think this is a bigger deal when it comes to a liquid polish than it is when it comes to Color Street, but I wanted to put it out there, you know, for what it really is. Your base coat is going to do something to help your nails, whether it's to protect them, whether it's to help them grow, to help them non-yellow. Like, the base is your protector. The glitter, if you're using it, is just another layer of decoration, and your top coat is there to protect what you just made, to protect the magic, okay? So there's that. There's our differences in those. Those, to me, are definite must-haves. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Number 9, a file. And as far as I'm concerned, not the one that came in your pack of nails. Those are just crap, if you're asking me. They're adorable. Those little ones, you know, with cherries and hearts and such on them. They're adorable, but they're crap. The grit just files right off like the first time you use it. So I don't use them, but this I love, and it's got not a super strong grit, and then on this side it's got like the buffer side to it, which I love the buffer for like when I'm trying to square my tips up but get a little carried away and get too square. I can kind of soften those without taking tons off. This also doesn't take tons off, but it's enough to clean my nails up. So these two nails, since this is a previously recorded video and we literally just did these nails, I have not filed them. But when I file my nails, I find I have the best control. If I lay my filer down, I'm holding my finger like this, like at an angle. Can you guys tell that? And I'm going to go this way to the middle, that way to the middle, this way to the middle, that way to the middle. So I'm not filing the tip of my nail. I'm filing that back side and just taking off a little bit that is hanging over. Let me see if I got it enough. Nope, it's still attached. And the reason I like to do it like this is I feel like I have better control over it. For one, did I get that? Yeah, there's the stuff. And when it files, it's leaving the teeniest bit hanging over. I don't know if that can be seen or not, but the teeniest bit of manicure is hanging over my nail. And the reason I like that is because now when I go to bed and these actually cure up overnight, if there is any shrinkage, hopefully it won't be below my nail. That's the goal, right? Because when you're using these, you're using something that is 95% dry, which means 5% has to cure. Well, these nails alone, they have 3 layers. So that means there's 15% that still needs to work out. So when this bottom part cures, or probably the top cures first, I bet, when the top cures and it shrinks a little, it's going to bring these two with it. And then the middle one maybe would be next. When that cures, it's going to bring those with it. Now, 5% isn't a lot unless you're adding a whole bunch of layers. So when you're doing a lot of layers, you really have to think about how you're filing. So if you make a really perfect file that isn't leaving any overhang at all, there's a good chance that you're going to have some shrinkage. And now I am one to use my top coat right away. I don't wait till the next day, but a lot of people do. But when you use your top coat, and this is just a tip, not anything to do with, you know, the 10 things I think you must have. When you filed like I have here, if you go around and just wrap your tips a bit, that will help too. And now you've cut off the air supply to those tips. So hopefully you're going to help them. Hang on. Whoops, there was a little bit of filing bit left on my nail. There we go. So anyway, that's another little quick tip I'll slide in there for you. All right. Now, garbage pans and tweezers and pusher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Number 10 thing that is a must-have to make everything better is something to seal your sets back up, unless you're using the whole set at once. And I can't believe you're using the whole set at once unless you have 16 fingers. And you don't. I mean, if you do, let me know. I'm a little jealous because that means you could do more nail stuff. But more than likely you don't have 16 fingers, right? So you want something that can zip your little pack of nails shut lickety-dang fast. For me, it's a mini flat iron. You want one that A, plugs in because it's going to be more powerful, and B, has an off and on switch. So mine turns on in the middle there, and it's, you know, this is just a teeny guy. But you can get mini flat irons everywhere, be it Walmart, Amazon, wherever, right around $10. And if you are someone who uses a flat iron, you know, on your hair, then use that flat iron. Just, you know, you want to seal it shut. I've seen other people use an iron, like, you know, ironing your clothes. You could do that. Marcy uses food sealer thing, like not suck the air out, but just zip melt a little seam. A lighter would work, any kind of flame would work. And some people, now personally, I would say, what in the hairy hell, don't ever do this, but some people don't even seal them shut, they just throw them in the freezer. Nope, if you want to put them in the freezer, put them in the freezer. That's not my bag, but always seal your set shut. I won't trade with people unless I know that they were immediately heat sealed, and I love to trade nails. So there's that. All right, now we've got 2 bonus ones, you guys. So that was our 10 must-haves. So, and I could say your 12 must-haves, but it's not as catchy. So here's your 2 bonuses. Flax bag. Best thing ever. Now, I like to say, if you know, hit a winter time and it's cold and dry and what have you, you really want to have a flax bag because your nails are then cold and dry, right? But also, I use mine in the summer because then I switch to air and the air conditioning is cold. You don't want cold hands. You don't want cold nails. This mat is also a warming mat from Amazon, a desktop warmer. And it has 3 different temperatures. I love it. I turn it on every manicure. But I will say in the summer, the one thing I don't have is it's not dry. Minnesota is humid, like, so humid. Dry is not a problem. But, you know, in the winter, dry is a problem. Flaxseed bag. The flax has a little moisture in the seed still. So you warm this for about 45 seconds to 1 minute. And anytime you have a slightly dried up strip, this will help bring it back to life. If things just aren't setting up well on your hands, you heat it. And then throw this over it. Give it a little bit. If you ever use Jamberry, you remember everything was heat involved for them. That little bit of heat goes a long ways to getting things shaped perfectly to your hands and sealed in tight. A must-have. Okay, our very last must-have. Cuticle oil. These ones I make myself. It's just a roller ball and jojoba oil in it. This is the end of my Trader Joe's jojoba oil. I just got another big organic jojoba oil off of Amazon. Pour it in here, roller the crap, and make sure when you're oiling, you're going down to at least your first knuckle. That's where your nail starts to grow from. So let's say you shut your hand in a drawer or in a door and, you know, got a good bruise here. When that grows out, you'll notice it because that's where your nail's coming from, is way back there. It takes about 6 months from your nail right here at your cuticle to grow up to, you know, where it's going to start to hang over like your free edge, okay? So that's a long time. So what you're doing down here is really going to pay off big up here. Jojoba oil. A cuticle oil. Solar oil. Love it. Smells amazing. Also, base ingredient, jojoba oil. This one, Gorgeous Natural Nails. Smells amazing. Ingredient, jojoba oil. I mean, you get the idea, right, you guys? That's the key. Whatever you're using should be 100% natural and have jojoba oil involved. I don't care if it's just jojoba oil or if it's jojoba with something added. This one has tea tree in it, which makes sense to me because tea tree is very healing. So that makes sense to me. Oh my goodness. So there you go, guys. That's what I've got for you. your top 12. Top 12 must-haves for an absolutely amazing manicure. Oh, along the jojoba oil, let me add this. Never ever, you're not oiling the day you do your manicure. That's not going to do anything but futz with what you got going on. So this, I've just done this about 2 hours ago. I put this on. There will be no oil on my hands until tomorrow. Tomorrow morning when I get up, I'll start right away. Basically, until you've slept 8 hours with these never having water, never getting futzed with, never getting banged on, bumped on, you know, doing a quick this, doing a quick that, no jojoba oil. Once you've slept, go ahead, oil the heck out of them. In fact, oil them 3 times a day and you will see a huge difference and love it. There you go, guys. Thanks for coming. Talk to you soon.